Have you ever encountered someone who was initially profoundly cynical and strictly believed only in the undeniable power of cold, hard numbers, but then astonishingly found immense wealth after seriously committing to a deep, genuine spiritual path? Why do most people assume that financial success and personal spirituality are two entirely separate, conflicting concepts, when psychological research strongly indicates a powerful, positive correlation exists between them? Today, I will conduct an exclusive interview with a former skeptic who used to focus relentlessly only on hustle and immediate profit, but who now possesses the essential secret of integrating genuine spirituality as the most profitable business strategy available. This is a powerful true story that will completely dismantle how internal strength can become the single most explosive trigger for sustained and deeply satisfying financial success and abundance. Are you ready to confront the surprising reality that the key to your true lasting wealth is hidden deep within the quality of your own soul that desperately needs attention? In his earlier career, our interviewee, let's call him Ryan, faced the classic dilemma. His business was outwardly successful, but his personal life felt profoundly empty, constantly tense, and perpetually haunted by the acute anxiety of financial failure. His internal conflict was dangerously severe because he relied heavily only on intellectual capital, IQ, and emotional intelligence, EQ, yet continually rejected the spiritual dimension, SQ, as something completely irrelevant to the logical, pragmatic business world. This chronic, self-imposed state of stress and eventual burnout significantly impaired the quality of his critical decision-making, causing him to frequently take unnecessary high risks driven by an excessive amount of underlying fear. Isn't it truly heartbreaking when you possess everything materially, but you have fundamentally lost the crucial internal peace that makes everything else feel completely meaningless? Moss Ryan's intense mental struggle reached its critical peak when one massive project failed spectacularly, instantly wiping out years of accumulated profit and leaving him in a profound, deep existential crisis that he couldn't ignore. At that complete zero point, he finally realized that all his desperate efforts to control every outcome using only logic and data paradoxically made him even more fragile and vulnerable to unavoidable external pressures. This became his radical turning point. Ryan decided to stop controlling externally and actively started searching for meaning and purpose in his business endeavors, which forms the very essence of spiritual intelligence. This transformative internal journey forced him to completely reprogram his mental default setting, powerfully shifting his mental habits from a skeptical, critical mode to an optimistic, receptive state. The first non-negotiable pillar he discovered was replacing ego noise with intentional clarity, a principle that radically changed his fundamental perspective on money and ultimate profit entirely. Ryan completely stopped conducting business solely to prove his superiority or competitiveness over others, and began focusing sincerely on serving others and providing genuine, measurable value to the community. This intentional clarity, strongly supported by research on spirituality and business ethics, directly enhances personal integrity and responsibility in financial management, successfully steering him away from risky credit behavior. Establishing a noble, heartfelt intention is far more important than aggressively setting profit targets, because pure intention reliably fuels ethical and sustainable action. Open loop. There is one very brief, powerful internal practice he performs before every major negotiation meeting that instantly locks in his peace, which I will reveal in the solution segment. Successfully replacing the destructive ego with intentional clarity significantly boosted the quality of his professional decision-making process, as he was no longer rushed or driven by blindly greedy emotional impulses. He consciously began viewing every single deal from a sincere win-win perspective, which miraculously attracted far more reliable and profitable long-term partners and collaborators. The principle of spirituality taught him to perceive powerful opportunities that transcended mere numbers, focusing intensely on the profound long-term impact of his business on the wider ecosystem. Intentional clarity provides mental tranquility, and a truly tranquil mind is the single most valuable asset in making any wise investment decision effectively. The second most difficult yet ultimately transformative pillar he embraced was transforming fear into radical gratitude, a psychological practice scientifically proven to significantly boost well-being and strengthen resilience against setbacks. Previously, every financial loss triggered intense panic and deep depression, but radical gratitude taught him to deliberately find valuable lessons in every single challenge he faced head-on. This consistent gratitude directly lowered his cortisol levels, successfully liberating the mental energy that was previously locked away by anxiety, redirecting it entirely toward the relentless search for innovative solutions. By actively focusing on what he still possessed, not what was lacking, he consciously created an unshakable mindset of powerful optimism. Positive psychology research consistently supports the finding that gratitude is a powerful predictor of high resilience, which dramatically helped Maz Ryan bounce back much faster after enduring inevitable financial losses. This grateful attitude prevented him from constantly comparing himself to the perceived successes of others, allowing him to focus entirely on his own unique journey and personal achievements. This elevated mental resilience successfully ensured that his core business vibration remained overwhelmingly positive and highly attractive, even when the market was experiencing intense turbulence or severe external pressure. Gratitude is the essential positive emotional driver needed to successfully maintain that persistent entrepreneurial spirit over the challenging long term. The third strategic pillar was integrating meaning, purpose, into every business decision, which fundamentally transformed his entire work from a mere pursuit of money into a noble mission with a purpose much grander than his own personal gain. Ryan began channeling a significant portion of his business profits toward community empowerment initiatives, which ironically boosted his brand image and increased customer loyalty exponentially and unexpectedly. This crucial integration of meaning, which is a key element of spiritual intelligence, provided a far deeper and more sustainable long-term motivation than pure material profit alone. His business became centered not just on me, but powerfully on us, which attracted incredible collaborative energy and support. Maz Ryan's incredible journey from a material-focused skeptic to a holistically wealthy individual proves that spiritual capital is the primary, underlying foundation for both strong, intellectual, and emotional capital. He learned that true SQ determines effective IQ and EQ, and that a deep, unwavering belief in a higher purpose provides the intrinsic strength to overcome the personal limitations that had previously held him back. This profound transformation changed him into a leader who was significantly more patient, honest, and empathetic, which directly reflected in the highly positive and productive work culture of his entire team. Spirituality granted him the superior ability to clearly envision the prosperous future with conviction that others, who only focused on data, simply could not see. Closing the open loop, the one very brief internal practice he utilized before every major negotiation meeting that instantly locked in his deep peace was the istighfar and 4-second breath technique. Inhaling with gratitude, exhaling with a prayer of forgiveness divided by istighfar, which neurologically calmed his nervous system instantly. The comprehensive overall solution for achieving holistic wealth is 1. Pure intention, prioritizing service over profit. 2. Radical gratitude, mastering emotional fear. And 3. Integrating meaning, sharing wealth for a greater purpose. These 3 spiritual psychological pillars are the essential keys to achieving success that is not only massive, but also deeply and personally meaningful. In conclusion, Moss Ryan's journey conclusively proves that the path to true wealth is not through blind, relentless hard work alone, but through the profound unity of intention, gratitude, and action strategically driven by spiritual intelligence. Spirituality served as the crucial anchor that powerfully strengthened his resilience against severe financial pressure, successfully transforming him from a victim of circumstance into an active creator of an abundant reality. The absolute key to exponentially increasing your wealth is prioritizing your internal, spiritual growth, because your external wealth will ultimately be nothing more than a direct reflection of the inner depth you have diligently cultivated. Do not let old skepticism rob you of your right to become genuinely rich, both financially and spiritually. You now possess the incredibly powerful psychological roadmap of a former skeptic to achieve true, lasting wealth, built upon a strong, tested spiritual foundation in the challenging modern business world. The final challenge begins tonight. Write your firm, pure intention to pay off debt or achieve your massive financial goal in a dedicated journal, and record your 3 small financial wins before you drift off to sleep peacefully. If this transformative story and the insights into spiritual capital have genuinely touched your heart and profoundly opened your mind, please immediately show your enthusiastic support by hitting the like button and subscribing right now so we can continue to share unique psychological tricks to consistently boost your business and overall quality of life. Remember, wealth flows abundantly to those who bravely find a noble purpose behind every single profit they seek.